not just the quality, the psychological, aspect of the game. They seem to have the advantage because, Harry Kane, he just wants to get a goal as much as possible, and then they want to build on what they've left off, especially in the second half. Now they've continued on that.
Same psychology you are looking at when they just give the ball to an opponent. Is that the psychology?
No. I think that was against the run of play. That was it. They know what to do, for it not to happen again. But then going, for them to sustain that pressure, of course, it won't be 100%, for England. But then I think they can be able to, if at least just stretch things out. But then it has been a wonderful one, and I hope that they can keep things tidy. I think that was an hasty shot from Rabiot. He had all the time to pick his perfect angle, but then he just giving the ball away.
Well, I mean, that was probably the same way they got their first goal, talking about different guys. And I could have seen that same opportunity again and wanted to shoot her from outside the box. And that was exactly what he did. I know the different guys will come out right now. They've been sitting back for too long. Right now, if they must win this game, they know that they need to come out. And of course, that's what they'll be doing going forward. How the English guys will cope with that.
In situations like this, you expect guys like Kylian Mbappe to grab the game by the scruff of the neck. Why haven't we seen that in this game so far? Mbappe has a lot to do to come into this game if France are to stake a place for the semi-finals.
Yes, I was going to say something. Mbappe has not really had that luxury of.
Well, he decided to take on Walker a while ago.
For the first time.
And he ran past him.
Yes, I was going to say
that was a test. Yes, maybe.
Yes, that was a test. I felt like before this moment.
Personally, I was scared for Walker not to trip him in the box.
Yes.
I was scared for Walker not to trip him in the box.
Just moments before that time, I was going to say, because Kyle Walker has decided to stay back. He has not even made entries into the opposing half, except when they have the ball. So it means that the positional play has been superb. They learned from that mistake. They made a mistake in the first half, and they've been able to control that. But right now, it seems that Mbappe now wants
play from him in terms of the feeding from his teammates, feeding him to run down the channels. And we've just seen Mbappe he's just done it for the first time in almost 60 minutes of this game. Are they leaving things too late?
I think so. I think that goal has probably rattled we're shaking things up a little bit. Mbappe doesn't want to. Well, it's still early days. He doesn't want to cut inside early like he's always done. I think he has a big opportunity. He has that ability to actually dictate things from that out wide. He has tasted, I don't want to call it blood. He has tasted juice in that part of town, and I think that he will want to exploit it more, because when you are running past people, doesn't really have all of those freedom, and it gets into his head more frequently. But then it looks to see if he can actually get more balls on that part of town. But then I think from this town, because they've tasted what could happen from that Mbappe region, I think they want to use that place more.
Yes, 1 hour gone. England won, France won. As far as the game is concerned, France scored the only goal in the first half, and England have now equalized, in the second 45 minutes to make it all square at this point in time. Yes, the French defense looks a bit jittery, looks shaky, still like that. Yeah. Saka is coming into the central areas as well now, and he's having to drag guys out wide, and that appears to be working as well. Where have I seen this before? In situations where Martinelli gets into the box and Granit Xhaka will go out wide and try to do the cutbacks into the box. This has a bit of a semblance of that. And maybe in situations also where Bernardo Silva goes for those cutbacks as well, and then you have the winger in either Mahrez or Foden drift into those central areas.
Right now the game has started already. Like I mentioned, this game just got started for me.
For the English national team, 306 completed, 252, 10 tackles each for both sides, and out of 82 total attacks by the England players, 35 have come dangerously close to scoring, and they've gotten one off one of those dangerous attacks. 66.
Sending crosses for Olivier Giroud, who can use his head very well. I've not been seeing that. They've not been utilizing their main man who is in front. Olivier Giroud has just been there. This man is a very good header of the ball. Why not seven what he knows how to do best? Giving the ball, let him use his head. Dembele and of course Kylian Mbappe need to be more involved into this game so that Olivier Giroud, who is the lone striker, can actually get himself into the game and of course get one or two targets for himself and see if he can convert from there.
I know that Giroud's done a whole lot in terms of being the main man, and can't we have a situation where a younger striker comes in and tries to do something? There are maybe one or two of them on the bench, guys who can actually come in. There's Thuram. Yes, Marcus Thuram. Well, Giroud looks like he's pulled his hamstring there for overstretching. One cannot exactly tell. There's Koulibaly, who's on the bench, and there's also Marcus Thuram. These are young strikers that are on the bench for the French side. Marcus Thuram is about, how old is he? I think he's 25. Yes, Marcus Thuram is 25. And then you have the other guy there who, talking about Koulibaly, who plays for Eintracht Frankfurt. I think he's about 24. Yeah, he's 24 years old. If you're talking of guys who can actually give you a bit of something or different perspective.
One more time, he has done that. In this second half, it means they actually want to, pump him more ball. And, it means they are taking the game up to, what have you now? The French national team. It also means they are losing the ball fast. That means that the French national team should get in people who can actually use the ball. And maybe a command might suffice here because, yes, Mbappe could look into, coming more centrally because they are trying to ship in the ball to Mbappe's side, but somehow it has not been connected.
Oh, of course, we're grinding down to the end of this game, but I tell you what.
They have runners. Rashford can run. Grealish, maybe not much of a runner, but then you can, expect him to drag in one or two defenders to himself, or Rashford to run in. So I think at this point in time we should be seeing a substitution. Either who wants to go for the kill, or let us just see how they want to run things down to the later part of the second half. But I just recommend that Henderson be taken off now and let the Declan Rice go into his position, and then yes, he can have a Rashford or a Grealish or even a Sterling who could make up one of those numbers. We could make up numbers in the box. I think that's what they need at this point in time.
All right, let's see how it goes as far as this one is concerned. 09040,889, 09041,889. Yes, the numbers to call to be a part of this, as the English guys, of course, are still doing their best to create more problems for the French. 20 more minutes to go.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, Murphy calling.
Okay.
Yeah, pertaining to this match now. The England said they need to take Mbappe out. Now they are doing it.
Okay.
Pertaining to this match, the way you analyze this match now, France is not doing anything in this game. Since where they scored the early goal. The only England attack. And the way they continue this match like this, till 90 minutes, I think the match will not even win them out.
Okay.
So because if you look at the bench of Brila, that can come in and turn things up. So that is the bitter truth.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you for your contribution this evening on the show as the action continues. Would it be England or France? Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, welcome.
Good evening.
Yeah, welcome.
Babami.
Good evening.
Yeah, this is Eric calling from my home.
Okay, let's hear you, Eric.
Oh, sorry. Today is Saturday. I went out there with many occasions. My phone is down. I don't know. What is...
Okay, Sports Radio Brila FM, and yes, the action continues. Pius, yes, bring us up to speed on the match reports and what happened, of course, what the English guys have been up to in this part as the game gets past the 70th minute.
Well, VQ he's been all attacker for the English guys in this particular one. Yes, they got the equalizer, and that looked like it wasn't enough for them. They want to get the win in this particular one. They've been attacking, and of course, but unfortunately for them, they've been unable to get the. Of course, yes, Ugolori had to end a praise there right there from me for that particular save. Jordan Henderson committed a rough challenge, and of course the referee blew his whistle for a foul in the 64th minute, and then yes, at 65th minute we have Jude Bellingham pulled the shirt of his opponent, and the referee had to stop play for a foul. 69th minute the referee interrupted the game again for a tactical foul by Theo Hernandez for the French national team. 70th minute, Harry Maguire showed good awareness inside the box as he latched onto a cross from a resulting free kick. Yes, he jumped high, but of course his header lacked a bit of accuracy, and he glanced off the left hand post. That could have been the second goal for the English guys, because Harry Maguire was very close to getting the goal, the second goal for the English guys, and yes, that was not to be for Harry Maguire. 72nd minute, the referee blew his whistle because Bukayo Saka for an offensive foul. That was a good decision by the referee. Bukayo Saka, yes, in that one. 74th minute, Jude Bellingham again went down inside the box, but after a challenge from Rafael Varane in that one, possibly unsighted, but the referee just waved play on, and yes, a lot of English fans will have been quite annoyed with the referee for not awarding them a second penalty in that one. But of course, if you ask me, that wasn't
the French guys. I know we've dealt with that of England.
Yes.
Dembele should probably exit now for Kingsley Coman.
Well, yes. I think that would it's like for like to make sense. But then Dembele has not actually gotten much of the ball in this part of that, because as I said earlier, he has been doubled down upon. Having the English side, they've found out where the holes they need to plug in, and of course they've done that beautifully well. So I think even if he gets a command there, Dembele knows how to use the ball well, as much as Coman knows how to do. So it's more like a like for like. It's not changing anything in the tactics. The only thing is that Dembele can actually go on the right and switch things up, which means that Mbappe can actually go more centrally. But then, I think what they really should be doing right now is to get more bodies, somebody to assist Griezmann, who can as well move in that Mbappe position, and of course Mbappe can as well come down, to central row. So I think it would make more sense to have another 10 or a supporting striker, to assist either Giroud or Griezmann, and be given that opportunity to roam, because he has attempted it, like to not click, because there's no other quality, to replace him where he has left off.
Tough match between the two sides, of course. It is still 1-1. 55 minutes on the clock at the moment, and it is England 1, France 1. Yes, the last quarterfinal match between the two at the World Cup right now, where of course the action is going the way it is, and we expect to see a side emerge, because a side is definitely going to emerge tonight that would be up against Morocco. The other guys have sorted themselves out already, and some guys, of course, by now should be leaving Qatar, or probably one more sleep, and then they'll be out of Qatar. And it's been an interesting competition that has come with everything, even more than the fans expected, and what a competition it has been. And yes, of course, there was a case of someone almost getting a win right there, but Jordan Pickford stepped up. Pius, what happened?
That would have been the second goal for the French guys. Olivier Giroud. Right place, right time. And this is exactly what I've been saying. This is save this man the ball. Get the crosses in. Let this man. I mean, a couple of minutes before now, we saw him. That was one of the. His straight back goals. He jumps up and gets his head to the ball. But of course, unfortunately, he wasn't able to get that. And this one, it was just like, yes, give me the ball. The ball was given to him, but of course, I don't think he actually he had the time.
Okay. It is bad. I will bring trouble for him. But yes, come at the hour, come at the man. Send him the ball. He knows what to do. Giroud has put France in front once again. Yes, Giroud. Less than a minute ago, we said he almost gave them the lead. Jordan Pickford rose up to the occasion and was able to prevent them. Joseph, he went again this time around. And yes, shot from outside the box. Cross from outside the box, of course. And Giroud, right place, right time. A good cross. Was that Kylian Mbappe? And yes, Giroud got a header to it at the near post, beating the two men. Yes, the two men who had pressure on him. And yes, Giroud at the near post. Maguire didn't get close enough. 2-1, they lead.
Well, it just tells you something. Get in those crosses. That is what you need to do.
Send the crosses in.
That is what you need to do.
This man can use his feet, can use his head.
That's it. So I think Thuram was about warming up to come in replacement. Right now, you've seen the quality of Olivier Giroud himself getting on those crosses. You need to start spamming the English box. Yes, they've got a Maguire who knows how to deliver, and he actually got a head in, from out of that cross. But then it's a Giroud. He knows whether now by scorpion kick, because he has scored that before, whether now acrobatic, whether now put your body on the line, he knows how to get in at the end of those crosses. And of course, that is why they have the lead at this point in time. 2-1, France take the lead.
Well, I think it will be back. The pressure will be back to the French team because the English guys will start attacking all over again, just like we saw in the first 5 minutes. And when they got the first goal, they actually began to sit back, and then the English guys started coming at them. I think it will be a repeat of that right now because they've gotten the second goal, and I think they will be inviting more pressure. This is where the coach needs to earn his pay right now. He needs to start thinking. He needs to start thinking. Thinking his opponent. I'm talking about Didier Deschamps right now. Out thinking Gareth Southgate, and also Southgate himself. You need to start plotting the holes right now and start seeing.
There's been a substitution, please.
Yes,
bring us up.
Mason Mount went down under a challenge from a defender. All the players are chased after the referee, but he's not interested in the penalty claim. He has said play.
Well, it looks like VAR scored.
VAR would I'll be checking that one because Mason Mount who came in for Jordan Henderson actually might probably be earning a penalty for the English guys, and will be the second goal for the ball. Of course, VAR. The referee is going to the monitor right now.
Well, the referee would go to the monitor to go check that out, and yes, while you might salute the job.
He just basically bumped into him.
Oh, okay. That could be a penalty.
That should be a penalty.
That could be a penalty.
He wasn't going to win the ball. He just went in.
England, yes, they have a second penalty in this game. And what does this actually say about the game plan? Force the French guys to make mistakes so that we can get penalties, because their chances have not been clear-cut. I know that it's not been from open play, but is it outside the box?
No, it's inside. No, they were asking for a card for Theo
Hernandez.
He has been granted.
Okay.
He has been given the yellow card.
Well, it was last man, and he gets a yellow card. It can't be triple punishment. You are getting a penalty. You should get a foul as well, which is of course a yellow card in this case. Yeah. It was last man. Should have been a red if the rules were not if the rules had not changed. But it is clear it's going to be Harry Kane who will step up in this case and try, of course, to make that happen once again for the side. But well, that was different angles. What does that say? Is that really a penalty?
He ran into him.
For me, that's a penalty.
He didn't even know. He didn't even want to know if the ball was actually. He didn't even target the ball. He went for the man. A schoolboy error.
So yes, a penalty for England, and now of course, well, it looks like the French, they celebrated too early. But Harry Kane, once again, he will get his third goal of this competition if he scores from this spot. This is the time to keep your level head. Not be that short way they take. If he hits back, come out, it's a long walk. But yes, he's up against Hugo Lloris. He knows this goalkeeper so well. I can't say the same for the goalkeeper. But I know that England, they have a second penalty against France. 84 minutes of the action right here, right now. And can this be 2-2, or would it stay 2-1, and then this game will go where it will go? All the hopes of England are on the shoulders of Harry Kane. the captain of the side. He's a joint record goal scorer. If he scores this, he breaks the record, but he misses.
Wow.
Harry Kane balloons it off, like out of the stadium.
How?
Guys, I said it shortly.
You mentioned it
I said it
just now.
shortly that the way he played the first one,
Yes.
the whole what's it called? I don't know. Is it anxiety now? Of let me get it over the line, over the line.
Rush of blood.
Yes, the rush of blood will push him to want to sky it or to hit it too hard. And yes, he did. And he missed that. England will not say that the referee is unfair. Like anybody, if I hear anybody say that in this night, the person will pay fine to my village chief.
Football was coming home, but then he don't.
Until he lost his way home.
Map don't close.
Well, it will be remember the road that will lead you home. But Marcus Rashford is on right now.
Yeah, for Phil Foden.
A quick
Phil
substitution right there. Phil Foden is off for Marcus Rashford. A few more minutes for them to inject a bit of a pace and directness as far as this game is concerned. It is not over. The French defense I have seen in this game so far, Deschamps is also too slow to make decisions. By now, we do something so that you are not taking out the attackers and inviting more pressure to the back line because you're bringing in guys who are playing in the deeper areas. But unfortunately, Deschamps has got to get it right. If not, there will be problems. And, well, I guess that's why a lot of people have actually seen him as, they've called him, in some quarters, they whisper to say he's a bit of a dinosaur as far as coaching is concerned. But what has this man done that is not being a good job today talking about? I felt at some point that some guys had particularly overstayed their welcome. It doesn't matter if they were doing a good job covering for the position. If you had the resources to kill off a game, Rashford had no business being on the bench after 70 minutes.
Yes. Rashford, I think he has a penalty in him. He's someone that can, force teams to, commit, especially defenders. And you look at the way
let her enter the box.
He likes to get into the box as much as possible.
Look, if I were the coach, I will also take out Giroud.
Yes.
Now that we have scored, play Marcus Thuram that can wind down the clock and drag Mbappe to the central areas where he can have probably only Maguire and who else to beat, and then he will get something done. I think Giroud, he's done well in this game. He's giving them the lead. But maybe it's time for you to say, okay, you know what? Take him out. New meme alert.
Mbappe. What has Mbappe done in this match to be all this?
Well, what has he not done?
Well,
they are winning.
For a standard, he has been quiet.
He doesn't have to be loud. Like, he's orchestrated. What led to the first goal and the contribution that led to the second goal also. Yeah. You could say, I don't think you necessarily have to score for you to have done anything. One man that has gone under the radar, maybe apart from Saka in this game, has been Declan Rice. I think he's done a lot in this game.
He's done a lot.
And
he's done a lot.
One cannot say he's not affecting the game because he's not been among the scorers, or he's not gone down under pressure from any attack that would have given his side a penalty. So yes, 2-1, France lead. 88 minutes of action. And yes, we saw 8 minutes added today for Portugal against in the game between Portugal and Morocco. And yes, 8 minutes were added on, and it felt like an entire half. Yes, it felt like an entire half. I don't know how those who were in Casablanca or Tangier or Rabat were feeling today as far as that game is concerned. It has come and gone. Earlier today, Morocco became the first African side to qualify for the semi-finals of the World Cup when they beat Portugal by 1-0. Goal scored in the 42nd minute by Yusuf En-Nesyri. Yes, En-Nesyri. Yes, he scored that goal, and that was the only goal in that game as they won by 1-0. So yes, might we see another 7 minutes in this game? I think we would see up to 6 or 7 minutes, or maybe more, because there were instances of players going down. Giroud did, Saka did. There was VAR and all of that. So yes,
I'll probably get more than 10 minutes.
Maybe. I'm just speculating about 5 to 7. If it beats that, I won't be surprised. We've seen a whole lot in this competition. We've seen first half of 14 minutes.
Yes.
Don't rule out anything from anybody.
But this is their defense. I'm quite worried about their defense.
France?
Yes, the French
they considered a lot at 2018 as well.
Yeah, but
they did.
But if you meet a side like Morocco, that would probably get a goal and lock up shop.
They don't play high line. The French guys don't play high line. You hardly hit them on the counter. Yes. And we don't know where that's going to go, but you can't take anything away from these guys at this point in time as things stand regarding this game. Yes, the final seconds of the 90 counting down before time will be added on, and then we will know for certain how many minutes of time will be added on to this game as the action continues right there in Qatar. Talking about the game between England and France. Yes, let's let you know that it is 90 minutes already, and that, of course, is the latest coming in from the side. Yes, the Al Bayat Stadium. 8 minutes. Yes, 8 minutes added on. Earlier today, we saw 8 minutes in the game between Morocco and Portugal. And another 8 minutes, of course, has been added to this one. And the grit of the two sides pretty much beginning to show. But it looks like it is telling on England because of their inexperience to get over the line in situations like this where the French guys appear to have a bit of the edge.
Yeah, they don't have the edge.
I say that because, I mean, that foul was not necessary.
Yeah.
Just guard the ball and make sure the guy was not going towards your own goal.
Yeah, they
wanted
to get it as soon as possible. And, of course, they're under pressure to actually score and stretch the game. And France would actually, I think it will make sense for you, Deschamps, to bring in people who can actually use the ball, get a couple of dribbles, even put people out of space, and maybe a third goal can, do well at this point in time. But just run down the clock. That should be the objective at this point in time. Don't allow England to break, because you've got a Rashford, you've got a Mount, you've got Foden. I think it will be...
All of a sudden, it looks like in the final moments of the game, the French guys are now pressing, knowing for a fact that the English guys are a bit sluggish at the back.
They're
Just look at that now.
And then I feel like Kounde, the Barca player, is quite a suspect at the back, to be honest with you. His position has been quite
Well, he's not a right back.
And that was the reason why I asked at the beginning of the match.
No, he's not a right back.
I think
But that's where Deschamps has always played him anyway. That's where Deschamps has always played him.
He's been leaving that place quite
Who has he
open.
been playing him against? I mean, you have a Rashford and
Yeah, but who are the guys he's going to call upon? I'm not sure. Okay, maybe Benjamin Pavard.
Yeah,
the Bayern Munich guy.
Yes,
He won the last World Cup with them in that same position.
Yes.
To go.
And
And
that's the way to go now, because any counter right about now. See, England basically have counter attackers in this team.
Yes.
Only a Bellingham.
Sterling.
Come on, I think he
Saka.
has to do.
Saka is off now.
Saka
So
is
he will
off.
counter from bench.
Rashford, Sterling,
Kane,
Kane.
Bellingham. Declan Rice can even go 40, 60 yards with a good pass into the box, and then it becomes a case of Moku Dragon here. All right, 3 minutes gone of the 90. It is France who still lead 2-1, even though, albeit they are leaving dangerously as far as this game is concerned. But yes, might they put this to bed before we see a case of extra time? I'm not sure I'm not sure I'm ready for the drama of an extra time, but if that will be the case, bring it on. But I tell you what, the way the French guys are going about this, pretty much so, a case of leaving one man too light up front and leaving him isolated was what happened right there, because if he had a man to also work with, Kingsley Coman probably would have been able to make something out of that. 94 minutes, England 1, France 2. And Pius, talk us through the last 5 minutes. Walk us through the last 5 minutes and what has happened as far as this game is concerned. But that will be first things first after the stats. Joseph, give us the stats. Let's know if there is a chance in back into this game for the English side, or if you think that...
So they don't concede yet another goal. And 3 times 2 in this match. 4 yellow cards in total. 3 going to the French national team and 1 to England. A total of 476 passes has been attempted between the players of the 3 Lions, and they've completed 359 passes. Yes, they've been able to complete 304. A total of 104 attacks for the 3 Lions, and 44 has come dangerously close to scoring. 99 for the French national team, and 38 has come dangerously close to scoring. So it is at this point in time 95 minutes on the clock, 2-1 in favor of the French national team.
Well, thank you, Joseph, and of course, in terms of the reports in this particular encounter, we've had 8 minutes added. Yes, of course, we've played 5 out of 8, 3 more to go. and of course, yes, the English guys are still attacking and attacking. And yes, in the 90th minute, we had Mason Mount commit a rough challenge, and of course, the referee blew his whistle for an infringement. 92nd minute, Luke Shaw sent in a cross into the box, but Golori came off his line to gather the ball. Injury, yes, of course, the man talking about injury, yes, of course, the man talking about the Manchester City defender is on the field of play, and of course, he's seeking medical treatment and trying to shake off the injury, trying to see out this game. But yeah, we can see a Jack Grealish, yes, warming up. Jack Grealish looks like he's set to come on for the English guys in this particular one. And as John Stones walks off the pitch right now with the medics trying to get him, yes, of course, get him back
Joseph,
to his field of play.
Look at the time they are bringing on a Jack Grealish for a side that needs to break down the resolve of their opponents, especially knowing that since the start of this match, the French defense has been suspect.
Yeah, it's coming at the wrong time. It's too late. And well,
Terrible.
It's I don't know. Maybe he can be able to conjure something, but then I think it's too late. It should be in this game. He and Rashford as that 70 minutes on the mark.
Well, Jack Grealish has replaced John Stones. Actually, John Stones has been taken off. He's picked up an injury and is out of this game. Jack Grealish has replaced him.
Because I feel like if what's his name now, Kounde has a Rashford and Grealish doubling down on him, I think they've got a big chance of scoring from that angle. But there you are, Southgate
held his own in this midfield today and is giving so much. It looks like everyone is behind, and for you to get a chance to break down this side is proving to be a big problem for this side as far as this game is concerned. So yes, a free kick situation for England just outside the box. Harry Maguire drawing a foul right there. Yes, Harry Maguire drawing a foul from Kingsley Coman. And it was about the same time yesterday that a second free kick was scored at that same spot. But we don't know what the training routine of the English guys has been.
Almost this kind of time. 84, almost a minute past the...
Yes, it was the seconds that were counting down when that goal was scored by Vigos. And right now, of course, they have an opportunity to make that happen. If they hit it high, well, that would be their business, because they even had a penalty and nobody was tackling him. It was Kade Mesorongida. And you didn't do anything. Well, yes, Marcus Rashford, Mason Mount are the two guys standing over the ball, hoping that, something can happen in this situation. Let's see what will happen and what the guys can possibly do as far as this is concerned. If England gets this, well, it is game on. If they don't, you were saying something.
I said Rashford will fancy this. It's a good position for Mount as well. Then let's just see how it goes. Now Rashford is going to take the free kick, and maybe.
I hope. Is this his range normally? Or this might be too close for him.
He got
yes.
Rainbow.
Remember the road that will lead you home. Forget this. He's coming home. Guy, don't be by mouth. Morocco no talk say they go come home. I be they no talk say they go win World Cup. But see them, don't they go without fear now. Like whatever happens from here, you got to be proud of those guys, man.
Yeah.
They won't have their two starting defenders in the next game. Saiz picked an injury, and in the last game, Aguero also picked an injury. So it's not going to be easy for them, but what a run they have had. They can be proud of themselves, talking about England. And once again, the decorated career of Harry Kane, joint top scorer in English history. Yes, in the history of the English national team, joint top scorer. If he had scored that penalty, he would have been the top scorer. But this script has its way, it writes itself. Nature has its way, it writes its own script. And also, there is this little part of, things just pushing themselves to another place and time. Maybe not now, maybe some other time. And especially when you're on the cusp of something, when you're on the verge of something, you need to be a bit careful and be precise about your actions. It didn't happen tonight. England are out of the World Cup. Portugal are also out. The Netherlands went home yesterday. So did Brazil. And the 4 teams that advanced yesterday are Croatia. That have advanced after the quarterfinals are Croatia, Argentina, Morocco, and France into the last 4 of the World Cup. And yes, of course, this is the last time you will see a 32 country in a World Cup. So it is good that it is bringing up all the drama we've not seen before. What a competition we've had this World Cup. What a competition. What a competition. Like, the World Cup broke jinx, and even in the last couple of years where winners in the previous edition don't get past the group stage, France proved a different story this time around, and it's been a good run for them. All African teams won at least one match at this World Cup. It has never happened before. There were loads of upsets. Favorites are getting knocked out and new guys are emerging favorites. Wow, what a competition. What a competition. And yes, the French guys are off to the semi-final. Gentlemen, let's wrap things up tonight. Of course, let's take a few calls. Maybe 3, maybe 4 more calls as we wrap things up right here on Sports Radio Brila FM 090400889. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening to you.
Overdose.
Hello? No, not overdose now. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you.
Yeah, must call once again.
Okay, let's hear you now.
Today I really feel so sad.
You feel sad today?
I feel sad.
Sorry. Don't cry.
The 2 teams I follow in this World Cup,
they don't go house
today, so I feel so bad.
I
feel so bad. Like
they wipe them 2 by 2, then jump out.
Even if going Kane, enter body, let you enter.
Sorry, don't cry.
African side are also trying
Morocco, okay.
Yes, if God says they are going to be the first African country that will bring the cup to Africa, then it's going to be so. But France are going to do it. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. All right, thank you. This one where they here, Fencist. Now fencist. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, guys.
Welcome.
Good evening, everybody in the studio.
Yeah, welcome.
My name is Mike.
Okay, Mike, let's hear you.
Not another person to take that penalty kick. You see, England, they are just like Nigeria. They always like to do their things left. This keeper is your teammate. You know in and out about you. The way you normally take this penalty in training, he knows it. Why can't you allow other players to take it? Thank you, guys.
All right, thank you. Thank you for your contribution tonight. One more before we wrap things up right here. Hello, good evening. Okay. Sports Radio Brila FM, and yes, except you.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening to you.
Good evening to everyone in the studio there.
Welcome.
This is Zainab on the line.
Okay, Zainab, let's hear you.
But why is it that they will allow Kane to take penalty? Is it only him that is in the field there?
He's a penalty taker now. He took the first one.
No.
And scored.
Was it the one that drew the penalty? Was it not Saka and the other? Why would they allow Saka to play the penalty or whatever?
Saka is not a penalty taker. Every team has penalty taker.
Last time that they played, was it not the one that took the penalty? So I don't understand what is wrong with England people.
He scored one today now. He didn't know he won't score the second one now.
He's not supposed to. He just spoiled my mood. He's not supposed to.
So
Sorry.
Saka no play penalty for Euros. He score.
Let me tell you, Saka played very well there. So he would have
not play penalty for Euros. He scored penalty for Euros.
I don't know how you going to talk there. Because no be Man U or no be Chelsea player. So
penalty this
Sorry.
Yeah, take a easy.
Sorry, don't cry.
They don't come out. Whatever they have decided in their team, they don't go.
Saka go play penalty.
But that's it tonight on the show, gentlemen. It's been a pleasure to be here with you and talk about all that we've seen as far as this game is concerned. The French guys, yes, they won the Battle of Wheats and they got everything, especially the advancement to the next round of this competition. And that was all that was important as far as this fixture is concerned.
Well, France up to the semi-final once more. Doing it back-to-back, 2018, 2022 right now. And of course, they talk about it is how they can go further, to actually making the final appearance and even winning it. So I think we've got a good tournament on our hands. And anyway, where this one pans out, I think we've had a good one. England, well, they didn't do quite badly. I think they can be proud of their achievement. But then it's a
route. If they make fire for vulture, another bed they go roast there. Normal level. Pius, let's wrap these up.
Yeah, unfortunately for the English guys, I mean, it's not coming home, but they will go home. And, but my takeaway from this English team is the fact that Harry Maguire had a fantastic tournament. He had a very good tournament, Harry Maguire. Yes. I don't know how we transform this form back to his club side, who actually lost tonight. They played a friendly game, Tottenham Manchester United, and they lost again. So they are just lucky that we are played. The World Cup is all right now. If not, the Dragon not gonna be here. But anyways, good for Maguire, and of course, as it is right now, football, the World Cup is not coming home. It's not going to England, but me, I'm going home.
Okay, that is it, you. And thanks, guys. Thank you, everyone, of course, for being a part of today's broadcast. And shout outs to the Sports Amazon, Hogechukama Ogu, as well as FJ, the top striker, and all the guys, of course, who've been here since we started broadcast. Yes, a special shout out, of course, to our Chief Analyst, Chairman, CEO, Brila Media, Dr. Larry Zamoje, Josh Okoli, yes, Sheyi Aluko, as well as Deni, not forgetting Judo Goji, as well as Engineer Israel Ozomagbo. Yes, on the show this evening. This is where we wrap things up right here, right now, on your Champions Dial. Let's do this again tomorrow. Loads of talking points coming up tomorrow. You don't want to miss a thing as the action continues. The World Cup here, yes, it gets exciting. Good night for now. I am Victor.